Stussy is sussy. Hello One Piece enthusiasts, I'm the One Piece nerd, and today let's talk about One Piece chapter 1072. After a 3-week long break, almost a month, the chapter is here, loads to talk about. Where do we begin? Before we do, make sure to like and subscribe, it helps the channel out a lot, and that you have, let's begin. Alright, the cover story. One thing I want to address about the cover story is that I think now we're sort of out of the territory of Germa's emotionless excursion. Like, it's not about the Germa anymore, it's more about how everything ties back to Vegapunk. I feel like, yeah, that's very interesting because we get like parallel stories. We're not gonna get flashback after flashback and then we move on to the main story. I feel like Oda has a better way to approach it, and I feel like this way of sort of handling the cover story is much better, especially after the incident with Kuzan and Pudding and how it tied back to Blackbeard fighting against Law. I felt as though that this direction is actually a lot more interesting than, what it originally was. But let's get back to the chapter. Main course, I'll start with the main course a little later, but Zoro and Kaku, I just want to address that first because I wanted to make a video on it, but I was quite sure that it was going to end either in Zoro's victory, in Zoro's complete victory, the way it was for Luffy, or it's going to be intervened, and so it was. If you guys read the chapter by now, you guys definitely know, but if the fight, let's say, dragged on, I feel like Zoro would be able to handle Kaku no problems. Another thing that people are mentioning, a lot of YouTubers have been talking about, especially Mr. Morge. I've been in his live streams, I've seen his video, and it's about the Beast Pirates. Dude, Kaku and Lucci, okay, granted, he's had the fruit for a very long time, and so him awakening the fruit makes a lot of sense. Wait, no, he got the fruit in his lobby, if I remember correctly. I'm so sorry, I'm not so good at straight up facts, small details. Please let me know. But I think Lucci, Kaku got their fruit at the same time. Anyways, if it was in Eni's lobby, it's been 2 years, dude. They were able to awaken their fruit in 2 years, and you're telling me Kaido never bothered to awaken his fruit after 20 years? That's sort of meh. And considering the Beast Pirates are Beast Pirates, and none of them, even the Toby Ropos, have no idea how to awaken Devil Fruits, kinda disappointing if you ask me. Now, from a writer's perspective, maybe Oda has too much on his plate, and that's why he forgot to do stuff like this. Or it's just, if you want to throw out an excuse, just Kaido and his entire crew was lazy. I mean, that's the easiest way to put it, but let me know what you guys think. Now, the more days go by, I feel like the Beast Pirates and Kaido are more of a disappointment than anything else. But that's for another video. Moving on. I'm also loving the whole cover back and forth between Kuma's sort of, excursion at the Red Line, and then Vegapunk trying to explain to Bonnie whatever happened with him, that made him want to lose himself. So I start by saying that I don't think I have anything new to add in terms of why Kuma did what he did, because Mr. Morge already made a very good video, and I feel like, yeah, I agree with him. It's entirely possible that he was threatened with Bonnie's life, and like, considering how CP0 mentioned that Bonnie was captured before and her job is done, and how the world government's trying to capture her for a lot of times, and yeah, the only logical conclusion is that she was only targeted because to get Kuma to be literally a servant of the world government. And I think that makes more sense, and it lines up with everything Vegapunk is saying right now. Like, it's for your own good, it will do more harm than good if I say it to you, and I promise Kuma not to tell it. So yeah, I think it all lines up, and we're getting that, I'm getting the feels of the manga panels. This is quite rare for me. I am more of a anime connoisseur when it comes to like emotional dialogues. Because if I rewatch like let's say Eni's Lobby, or if I read Marineford, I don't usually cry, but you show me the anime, I'll cry in 2 seconds. But this time it hit hard. It really hit hard, where I like the fact that while Bonnie is trying to uncover the secrets of Kuma, he is on a rampage, and when Bonnie's talking about, I know exactly what my father's powers are, and Kuma's using his powers to get over the red line, trying to do something, trying to prove something to the world. It's actually very, hard-hitting. Like, sort of, even though we don't have a complete idea of what Kuma's backstory is, why he's doing what he's doing, but you sort of get the feels for him. He's very desperate right now. And he has something to do with the world government. And I'm honestly quite sure that nothing's gonna come of it. But it was still worth the effort, and I feel like this will basically start another war. And this will basically start another revolution. And considering he is a revolutionary, lines up quite well. And the next and the last thing to address within the chapter is obviously Stussy is Sussy. So no one expected this, no one did. Stussy is a clone of Stussy Buckingham. Now, when I was reading the spoilers for this week, I thought it was confirmed within the chapter that Stussy is a clone of Miss Bakin, and Weevil's mom, and self-proclaimed wife of Whitebeard. If you guys don't remember, I thought the chapter directly said that Stussy is a clone of Mrs. Bakin. So, but the name suggests to be Stussy Buckingham, but it sort of lines up. She was in the Rock's crew, and obviously the only way Whitebeard couldn't meet another woman is through the Rock's crew and have some kind of a connection. So, okay, it lines up. It's not confirmed, but yeah. Anyone else likes to disagree with the fact? Let me know. She was in the Rock's crew. Buckingham, same name. They look very similar and sort of insane, honestly. And if you think about it, it brings up questions of, how did Vegapunk get their hands on Stussy to begin with? But with that aside, I feel like, okay, this is getting interesting. And for the first time ever in One Piece, Rob Lucci has been shown using his emotions. He was genuinely shocked when Stussy began to basically suck blood out of Kaku, and she's basically a vampire. That's sort of very interesting, and I remember someone else pointing out that people of the Lulusia Kingdom also look like vampires, so it has something to do with that, but that's for a future video. That's just a snippet that I feel like can connect together at a future point. But point is, Stussy being what she is doesn't make a lot of sense, but does at the same time, because we've been shown in the cover page that Mysterious Girl is definitely Stussy. And now my question is, how did Vegapunk and the others get their hands on Stussy to begin with? And the way he was able to genetically modify and make a clone of Miss Bakin. And then, why is she now in CP? How did she get accepted into CP0? Didn't the world government know that Stussy is an old form of Mrs. Bakin? Or, maybe that, Vegapunk didn't start off as a world government agent. He started off being a scientist in order to, work for peace. And you'd expect someone like Vegapunk, the world government should know about his inventions, and you still let someone like Stussy in. And it also goes to show her actions in Whole Cake Island when she did what she did with the Tamate box, with Big Mom especially. That's very interesting. And one of them also brought up, including myself, Stussy, Big Mom was in the Rock's crew, Stussy was in the Rock's crew. You'd think Big Mom would know. It's very weird. See, plot lines connect together, but at the same time, Oda leaves out enough space for him to basically cover up any plot holes that might exist. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He'll figure something out, I know. But interesting chapter. The CP0 are actually in trouble. I didn't expect them to be in trouble, but they are. And there's a betrayer. We got another ally. But again, Kizaru is coming. A lot of things will happen. It's gonna be interesting. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and peace.